exuded where my nose had become a spare part. The continent of Africa where we all here had our homo start now was part of my face, a piece of grotesque art. One eye was the land, a piece of what I am, and the other I saw through all that I thought I was. Purple and red, orange, blue and yellow swirled. It was as though I, a tiny thing, had become the whole world. I splashed the water, and then again there was just me, no longer a cyborg in touch with her eternity. My eyeliner was a bit smeared, but not at all raccoon. I looked like I had been having sex since late afternoon. But wait. Was that a glimmer of the cyborg again? Did clouds just reveal themselves, to in me begin? Alas, it was just that luminescent light sistering me with influence on my side. I smiled then, thinking how unusual this night was, and I had an inkling then, that woman twas, how could it be though, for we had just met. I had been with my share of people and on love no longer bet, so I stood up and began walking away from the strange feelings in my heart that I now wanted swept away. Yet, behind me something lurked, both ghostly and corporeal. It was coming after me, and holding high the end, my memorial. How could I know how important it was that this stalker find me and make me pause to the pond changes, and I walked to see just why the young boy referenced a cyborg to me, and when I bent down, that is exactly what I saw, some sort of half-human being with hoses, hydraulics, and all. Just what is this? I asked, but Changes just laughed, you know, a robot version of a laugh. We have all heard it. Am I telling the truth? Those fake laughs, dishonest emotions, vaguely harmless but still structured like toxins, a sort of human bismuth? Right then, looking at the sweet-faced Changes, this sort of awkward but supportive robot, I wondered if the fake was as real as anything else. What if robots, like Changes, and cyborgs like myself, were the reality behind everyone's skins? Maybe we think we are natural born and don't understand that our origins and the rise of robots are linked. Did they not spring from us? Did we not then both spring from this earth? And so aren't we all star people, Big Bang birthed? I am a cyborg, I said to Changes with belief, and Changes sent out a cord to plug into me. After we linked, he began to recharge. This I sensed in my grand circuitry, as he bypassed my targe, and I realized that human bodies were filled with circuits, two robots, one and all. That is me and you. Then I thought someone was stalking me, and I wasn't sure of its intentions, so I spun to see, and Changes glided with me, all powered down. At first I saw nothing but whence I came, so I looked harder and longer in lens-adjusted aim, and then I spied something. Was that another me? From the building of truth came a solitary cat-like woman walking after the trail of cyborg prints I'd left. She waved in the distance towards me then, and I wasn't sure what to compute on this thing crossing a glen. I guessed then that my confusion was the human side, but then wondered how one could ever really know. Can confusion be measured by response time? Where are its origins or its end? Can you measure the distance or amount of influence from what comes our way and how it moves? So I say it is most likely impossible to know confusion. All we can do is chalk it up, like all us, to yet another delusion over mountains, the steampunk glow, a trillion clouds, lost to the luminosity they sheltered by way of beady eyes uncomprehending, using dishwashers of steel and hoses never ending, their master-planned communities always lacking. They read Shakespeare only when they absolutely have to. They understand not of the Elizabethan way, nor have they invited such procedure today. They live within small, demonic inches of the other. Interdependent on the closeness of the American dream as it is represented by others seeking it in hurry. Their cars are all similar, their minds alike and numb. They have never asked the big questions, those not of life and death, but of the moment and where they are in it and why. They hate psychiatry but know nothing of it except lies, and I wonder how they get by, working with hoses and not seeing their faces in them. They laugh at words, and think poetry gay but unfriendly. They look for answers in bottles never ending, and digito themselves from 8mm prints to ghosts, selfies, unbelievable narcissism and need for approval. Look. Their cars and homes are the same, the brain-gamed. They have never made a move beyond that of a pawn, and what of the pawn that becomes a queen? Does it ever realize a game where it could be king? Has anyone ever made it to the other side, with pawn, and said, I just want to remain as I am, right here, the steady base of song? See, I am that being, not changing my stripes. I enjoy the richness of poverty, the struggle, the strife. So, I ask you to come now, deep underground. Do you know where it is, why it can be found? Shall the N be last or the S be first in this cave of mind? Can you find it inside of you or outside the crow? When the sun glows and the clouds roll, will you be first, will you ever last inside the laugh to know? Out of the bondage of freedom's implication there will come to you just one decision. The face of ease and the path to glory are all linked by your misunderstandings. What I am saying to you, says the mouse under the refrigerator is, do you understand the trail not marked as such? Until the cloud drops bomb after bomb and the sea rises up again on its own, we will think arrogantly that we created all of this and deny that we created anything at all. But, you see, the mouse knows by not drinking his sorrows away that the end of tomorrow is the start of nothing today. Terrific to know nothing of the sort, we lie to ourselves and to all of our cohorts. We proclaim ourselves victors while in the bloody rivers we bathe polluted and dirty we cannot salmon or save, our meat becomes useless and burned instead of nutrition that is true fame to be earned earnestly for selfishness we live, breed and die and a sweet tissue clean, is never provided to any misty-eyed blacks who are noble and indigenous peoples of wonder get slaughtered and abused, by throats incapable of trust. Knives are sharpened on stones, you know solid surfaces have always been used. To make others rich and powerful, rain comes down only on last resorts as idiot whites think they have found loopholes in laws, whilst they created them all and nowhere for what seemed like billions of years was anything included for the black woman or man, and now they are hurting, and it will not go away. Reassuring people with lies only leads to a carnival of tricksters where people are taken by their lack of competition. If you want to live with peace in this hard world you have got to know that nothing was done for everyone's good. It all has to come down, but no, not through violence. Do not believe what the Declaration of Independence has said. Are we really to think America so great because it has fought to be? Can we not see that our violence has only led to misery? What are we to do when nuclear power completely spills? Or oil is taken through theft and war, then dumped all over innocent life? Shall we ignore it all, or only complain of a lack of prosecution? Shall we be concerned with the bottom line, our taxes being increased? Indigo dreams and vanilla-scented beans cannot make up for the carnage in our bodies and stitched up seams. Our plastic surgery is as it sounds, plastic. We have work done on our faces, our butts, but not our minds. How are we balanced, in this way? Why are we afraid to think that growing old is not real?